Today we are gonna look at our midpoint between 2 points. So we have been asked to find the midpoint between point 4, 3, and -6, -1. So we're going to use the XY coordinate graph to plot it in there and then see how best we can able to do it. So point 4, 3 can be located at 4 is here. You pick it on the x-axis and then 3 is here, so we make our dot over there, which is 4, and then point -6. So -6 you pick it here, and then -1, which is right here, -1. Now let's draw a line to join them together. We're gonna draw a line to join them together right here. Now we are looking for the midpoint is a halfway. So here we're gonna move 1 here, and then we're gonna start from the endpoint here, and we move 1. We move 1 and we move 1. We are trying to see where they are going to meet halfway to the edge. So here you count, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So here you move 10 units, and here you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 units. So 10 units move. Good. So that means the midpoint where they are meeting is, it happens to be -1 and +1. So they are meeting halfway at -1 and 1 over here. Also, in case this one was x1 and this is y1, and this one was x2 and y2. What we are saying is that if the halfway midpoint, which is given as a halfway, is defined to be average of the end points. So that means we are coming with the formula x1 plus x2. There are two of them, so we divide by the average. You divide by 2, and y1 plus y2. Find the average. That will give us the halfway. So now let's use the points. We have the point. This here is a x1. This is y. This is y1. And this is a x2. And this is a y2. You're getting 4 plus -6 all over 2. And then 3 plus -2 all over 2, which is giving us as 4 minus 6, because positive negative, the negative take over. So it's 4 minus, giving us -2 over 2. And then here is also with 3 minus 1, which is giving us 2 over 2. And that give us -2 divided by 2 will give us -1. And 2 divided by 2 will give us, that means we are getting this one here. So now moving forward, we will be using the formula, but anytime you have been given a question, you can also try it. If the points, you can able to plot it on the graph, you can graph it and then find the halfway, and that will give you the answer. Here you have been asked to find the midpoint between 13 and 5, 7 and 11. All that you do, you label this to be x1, y1, x2, y2, and we are using the formula. So here we got 13 plus 7 over 2, and then 5 plus 11 over 2. 13 plus 7 give us 20 over 2. 5 plus 11 give us 16 over 2. 20 divided by 2 give us 10. 16 divided by 2 give us 8. You cover it. So when you cover it, that means a point. So easy with the formula, we can go really quick. But if you still struggle, then you can plot it on the graph and then get halfway. So we get more application question here. A plane is to refuel halfway to its destination if it takes off at a point 8, -3, on the coordinate bearing, and its final destination is located at -2, -5. What location is supposed to pit stop to get fuel? So we know that this plane have get fuel at the halfway. So halfway means midpoint. So here midpoint can able to help us. So halfway is the same as midpoint. And the midpoint formula is x1 plus x. So here we start with that. So it's going to be 8 plus -2 all divided by 2. I started from here, comma, and then we got -3 plus -5 all divided by 2. It's become 8 minus 2, which give us 6 over 2, and this positive negative become negative here. So we have -3 and we have -5. So all of them are negative. We put it together and then we give it negative. So 3, 5, -8. So give us -8 over 2, and that give us 6 divided by 2 give us 3, and -8 divided by 2 give us -4. The plane have to stop at point 3, -4 to get fuel. Okay, so here we have M is a midpoint between A, B, and the M is 5, -2, and the point B is at 3, 6. What are the coordinates of A? So here we have been given the mid. They want us to figure out the coordinates. So here you could you sketch. So you draw your A and the B, and you have your midpoint M, which has been given us -5, giving us 5, -2, and the point B has been given us 3, 6. You don't know point A, so you can call it x1, y1. So here the formula will help us because we know that the midpoint is, we can take the midpoint 5. We can say that this is x2 and y2. So we can plug the numbers. We know that the midpoint, so we are considering the x here. So we have x1 we don't know, plus x2, which happens to be 3, and we divide it by 2, and it must be equals to this point here, 5. So we want to solve for that. So here you see solving linear equation come in place, or you can also figure it out. Some of you can figure, but we have to take here, we have to multiply here. X plus 1 plus 3 must be equals to 5 times 2, and we get 10 over there. X1 plus 3 is equals to 10. So we subtract 3 on both sides. X1 must be equals to 10 minus 3, and that gives us 7. So now we know the X1 have to be 7. We need our Y1. Y1, so we can say that the component is 1 here. So Y1 plus 6, because Y2 is 6, all divided by 2 must be equals to this -2 here. We multiply that, we get y1 plus 6, -2 times 2, y1 plus 6, -4, and then we subtract -6 here, we subtract -6 here, so y1 is negative. So now we have able to find a point A to be 7, -10. So there's a lot of ways. We could have also plotted on a graph and then figure out how far away is from the midpoint to the other side, and that can also help us to solve it. So there's a lot of ways. I wanted to use a little algebra here to address it. Okay, so let's look at this last example, which is coming from North Carolina EOC question. I have one question, so let's look at it. R to be the midpoint of the segment PS, and Q to be the midpoint of R, and then we have been given the point P and X here, and they want us to find the coordinate Q. So here they have draw the points for us. If it wasn't drawn, then you should have drawn it, and then that would have helped you a lot. So here we see that the R is a midpoint between the P and S. So let's do that one first, and then after that we do it again to get the Q. So we are using our formula. So we are starting from here. We are looking at these 2 points here. So it's going to be 8 plus 2, and we get, or divided by 2, and then 10 plus minus 6 will be minus 6, all divided by 2 is a point. So we get 20. We get 20 for here divided by 2, that give us 10, and here we get 4. 4 divided by 2, which is 2. You got it here. So if you're not careful, you might be tempted that, oh, the answer is D. No, this is our point. We have a point R to be 10 and 2. And then we need to know this here. It has been given us 12, negative 6. So now we are going to use that to get this here because it's a midpoint between the R and S. So if we are doing that, then it's going to be 10. We have 10 plus 12, all divided by 2. And then we have 2 plus negative 6, which become minus 6, all divided by 2. And here we got 22 divided by 2. And here we're going to get 2, take away 6 will give us negative 4, negative 4 over 2. And 22 divided by 2 give us 11. And negative 2 divided by 2 give us negative 2. And that makes C the best option. Please subscribe and share and like it. See you in the next video.